Hello there, everyone. This is Sheila M. Bajaj, and welcome to my podcast. This is episode number 21, and I'm hoping to do these more regularly because I get a lot of people giving me feedback, and it's so encouraging when people tell you that, this one episode changed my life. So, this episode is about what we do to ourselves, the toxic thoughts and feelings, and the judgment that we put into ourselves. This episode actually should be called self abuse, but a lot of times we don't acknowledge self judgment as self abuse. So this topic is a little heavy one because every one of us do this and every one of us go through it. I realize that some of my episodes are very heavy, and after some time people zone out. So I'm going to do, shorter episodes so that people can stay, kind of glued to it and don't zone out after a while. But I always suggest people to listen to these over and over again. A lot of times, a lot of these things that I talk about are really rewiring your subconscious mind. So even whilst you're asleep, I suggest to listen to them at volume 1, and it will change you from inside out. How many of us look at our body, look at ourselves in the mirror and go, I wish I could be thinner, I wish I could be taller, I wish I could be fairer. How many of us have this issue with the kind of hair we have and do not accept our body for the way it is? And really, the whole thing to this self abuse that we do, or this self judgment that we put into our body, the first step to actually looking at it from, every one of us do it. I'm not going to deny I do it myself, but I have to catch myself every time. Every time I do this, I put myself, the person I'm looking at in the mirror, I put my child in that place. And I ask myself, would I do that to my kid? These exact words that you're saying, Sheila, right now, would you say this to Shian? Would you say this to Zubin? Would you say it to your children in this moment? Would you tell your child, I wish you had a longer face. I wish you had less fat in your double chin. Or I wish you didn't have a paunch. I kind of changed that entire approach to my body when I realized that I was putting so much judgment into my body, and then it's like my body is another entity by itself, right? Your body is another it's not, your body is a part of you, or rather you are a part of your body, but think of your body as being like outside of you. Okay, let's say you're talking to your body. Now we kind of think it's both the same. It's not the same. You are different, your body is different. A lot of times your body wants certain things, and we don't know that our body is wanting it. We think we want it. So a lot of times we have this confusion between what the body wants and what we want. So I'm not going to confuse you now, but let's say your body is standing in front of you and you're going on ridiculing it and going on judging it and telling it how fat it is, or how out of shape it is, or how ugly it is, or how not good your hair looks. You're constantly putting a lot of these toxic energies, emotions, judgments, and like this whole nagging energy into your body. Do you like that when your mother does that to you? Do you like it when other people do it to you? No, right? You immediately go on the defense and you defend it. But when you do it to your body, it kind of gets locked into you so deep that more than actually the fat or the imperfections in your body that it has, there's so much of this energy that's inside of it. It's almost like your body is weeping because you don't accept it for what it is. Think, if you had your child standing in front of you, would you say the same things to your child that you say to your body? Boom! Suddenly there's this whole different energy to how you would nurture your child, right? You would never, even if your child was a little overweight or didn't have a perfect nose or had something little teda here and there, you wouldn't actually make your child feel that they were less than perfect. And really, you would give more emphasis on the person that they be inside instead of what features they had on the outside or the color that they had. You would actually tell them not to look at these little imperfections or these little things, and you would encourage them not to think shallow. So why do you do it to yourself? Why do we do self-abuse to ourselves? Why do we judge our body? Why do we judge the way little things that we do? We're constantly apologetic for certain things that we are. You're lazy, and then you feel You feel almost guilty about it. You feel ashamed about it. And then you sort of like cover up for it. What if you could embrace everything that you are right now in this moment? What if you could celebrate you? What if you could celebrate your body, and what if you could celebrate your face, your hair, the person you be, and just look at yourself as walking magic? What if you could now, for once, a lot of times we wonder why we don't, like a lot of times people wonder why they don't get love and they don't get lusted after or drooled after by someone of the opposite sex or a partner. It's because you don't lust after you. You don't love you. You don't honor you. You do not accept you. And I think this journey of you seeking something from someone else begins with you feeling that for yourself. I mean, what if you could look at the person in the mirror and say, my God, you're gorgeous, you're beautiful. It's pretty strange, but a lot of times when you start this process of healing, where you start really acknowledging, and I would say make a list of things that you like about yourself, the things that you feel are phenomenal about yourself. And when someone is giving you a compliment, learn to receive it. Maybe they're saying the truth. Just maybe you don't see it with their eyes. What if you could just start embracing every bit of you, however you show up? What if you were willing to just not be in judgment and make yourself wrong or put yourself in a box? Like, your child, right? I'm sure your child's not perfect. But do you look at your child with those eyes? So I'm not saying that you're perfect, but where is this need to be perfect? Where is this need coming from? Where is this idea coming from? It's coming from the movies. It's coming from looking at Instagram. It's coming from looking at all these Photoshop filters and these pictures everywhere. It is so disgusting. You have this need to look perfect. You have this pressure to show up and look young, to look ageless, to look, exuberant, skinny, and all of that. What if you could embrace you right now? It did change that for me. I mean, I recently turned 40, and for me, there was this whole mindset thing that I did where, I said, okay, I have turned 40 now. I got to start taking care and honoring my body. And for me, it's no longer about losing weight, but it's about being fit and healthy. Like, I've started focusing so much about taking care of my body and, being fit and being healthy, being toned. I am not looking to lose weight. I'm looking to be healthier and fitter. And that's actually changed the way my body feels. That's changed the way my face looks. I get so many people telling me that I look different. But anyway, I look different all the time. You should see my pictures on Facebook. You'll see 100 different looks of me. That's because when your energy changes, your face changes too. Some people are more vulnerable to that, and some people are not. So what if you could start celebrating you? Right now in this moment, what if you could drop your mask and say, to hell with what I'm saying to myself, In this moment right now, I'm choosing to accept me. I'm choosing to see the beautiful person right now that I see in the mirror. And I want you to probably go through this whole process, in the next week. Every time you go into judgment of yourself, I want you to catch yourself and say, and put your child in front of this thing. And if you don't have a child, put someone you dearly love. I mean, someone you really, really, really love. Put their face, at that judgment. You will not judge anymore. We actually do not judge the people we love the most. So I want you to start coming from this place of self-love, where you drop all the judgment that you have of yourself, of your body, of your habits, of certain things that there's this constant bickering we do to ourselves. I'm not doing this, or I'm not good at that. We constantly want to keep finding fault with ourselves that we're not perfect. What if you could actually say, okay, I am this. Like I after many, many years, I remember hiding my laziness or, the fact that I'm a late riser. I remember hiding it for the longest time and making excuses that I'm nocturnal, I sleep late, to hell with all of that. I am a late riser and I'm not apologetic about it. I hate waking up in the morning, and I somehow make deals with my family to do morning duty with children. That doesn't make me less of a person. The world is going to judge you. People are going to judge you for what you don't do. There are going to be people who are going to come and tell you, oh my God, you're not doing this for your kid, you're a bad mother. Oh my God, you're not doing this for your wife, you're a bad husband. Oh my God, you don't cook, you're a bad wife. There are these stereotypes that we get caught into, And that's the reason we put this pressure. People put pressure on us. That's one kind of pressure. Tell them to go jump. Tell them to go, that's their problem, because that's their expectation. And if their expectation is not fulfilled, too bad, their problem. It's not your problem. All right? And somewhere you go into judgment of yourself because you have also got this little picture perfect in front of you, this role, of this perfect husband, perfect wife, perfect sister, perfect daughter, perfect mother. How many moms out there, do so many things. I mean, sometimes you just want to do it. You just want to be yourself. You just want to do this one thing for yourself. Probably just run away and just, hide your head somewhere into some pillow. But then you have this crying baby sitting in front of you and you feel, oh my God, I am such a horrible mother if I'm irritated right now. You don't even allow yourself to say that I'm not enjoying this in this moment. And it's all right to get fed up of it, I mean, stop being guilty if you're not being the perfect son or the perfect daughter. Stop being guilty if you're not the perfect husband. No one is. Trust me, no one will admit it. No one has the courage to admit it. So give yourself a break and stop judging yourself. What if everyone stopped judging themselves and stopped judging each other for not being perfect? Wouldn't this world be a better place? Wouldn't there be more space to breathe? Wouldn't you just feel like, oh my God, I am feeling free in this moment. I don't need a place to run away. What if you could feel that freedom right now? Make a choice. Drop the judgment of yourself, of the roles of other people, and stop trying to live up to some picture. We're going to talk more about stereotypes in the next episode so that it kind of eases that space in your head, where we get stuck into stereotypes and how it causes issues in our life. And I want all of you to write to me, how did this episode, what did it do to you? What did it create? What did it kind of bring up for you? A lot of times it's like someone tickling something inside and, it's like stirring the entire emotion into you. What did it bring up for you? What showed up right now in your consciousness? What showed up in your heart, in your mind? And what did it do for you and how did it set you free? Please write to me, sheila@sheila.com. You can follow me on Facebook, Sheila M. Bajaj, or on Instagram, Sheila M. Bajaj again. And for those of you who haven't listened to the previous episodes, this is a journey I take you through. This is a journey of this change that I take you through in your subconscious mind. Listen to every episode several times. It will change your brain. It will change the way you perceive, and never stop listening to the episode just because you listen to it someday. When you listen to it, let's say 3 months later, it will always give you a different meaning. So listen to it, share it with people. Please share it generously on your LinkedIn, on your Facebook, on your Instagram. And this is just paying it forward. Magic is something that you create by also paying it forward. I do these podcasts because it creates so much for me. When people come and tell me, oh my God, you made such a difference, I realize that it was because I decided to record something that would benefit someone that I don't even know. So pay it forward. If this created something for you, even if you got like a 1% value from it, share it on your social media, and you never know who you could help. You might actually help someone who's battling suicide, or who's, just depressed, or, going through something really crazy. So pay it forward and make a difference. This is your chance right now. This is Sheila Bajaj signing off, and I hope this episode helped you unmask yourself another layer.